Asuka, the energetic and strong mother. Yamato, the younger brother who's always in his own little world. Follow us as we karate kick all your daily frustrations away. Asuka's revenge.
I'm Kotoko. My mom's name was Kotomi. This here's my grandma, my dad's side. She spoiled me. She was kind of obsessed with me.
Kotoko, hey honey, you want some cookies?
Grandma, I'm not a little kid anymore. I'm in 4th grade now, okay? Stop talking to me like that.
Oh, sorry, but you're still my cute little granddaughter.
She was really nice to me and everything, but honestly, I didn't like her very much. Why? Well, because she was really mean to my mom. Whenever we went to her house, she treated her like a servant.
Kotomi, clean the dishes now!
She made her do everything around the house. Sometimes she didn't even cook for her. She must be hungry. And whenever we went over to her house, I heard her neighbors talking.
Did you hear? She fell on the stairs the other day, but her daughter-in-law, she didn't even try to help her. Yeah, I heard. And apparently she makes her eat salty food. She's an old woman now. Her daughter should take better care of her.
Needless to say, these were all lies. They had no idea what they were talking about. Mom would never do that to her. I hated her neighbors. They annoyed me. This is all Grandma's fault. She's the one spreading the rumors. I hate her. I couldn't stand her, to be honest. And she said things like this to her relatives as well. So a lot of people in her family thought my mom was this terrible person. Why do they even believe her? I actually tried telling them that these were all lies, but nobody really listened to me.
You're just trying to defend her because she's your mother.
They didn't believe a word I said, though. It was really frustrating. Then one day, we had a family gathering at Grandma's house. I didn't want to go, but I didn't have much of a choice. Then when we got there, Grandma said to my mom,
"Hey, cook dinner for everyone. I'm putting you in charge."
There were about 20 people there, so it wasn't going to be easy. Okay. Mom didn't even try to talk back to her. She just said okay and got to work. But cooking for 20 people was a lot of work, so I decided to help her. Then the others headed out to the cemetery to pay their respects to their ancestors. I wanted to stay behind and help my mom, but...
Kotomi, you don't have to stay here. Go with your father. I'll go pay my respects later.
Oh, but... I wanted to stay behind with her, but...
Come on, Kotoko.
Grandma pulled me away from her.
Kotomi, get back to work. Dinner's better be ready by the time we get back.
Yes, ma'am. Have fun, Kotoko.
Then on our way to the cemetery, Grandma started spreading all kinds of false rumors about my mom.
She's a horrible woman. She never comes to pay her respects. She is so rude. I can't stand her.
What? But you're the one that told her to stay behind.
And she's a horrible cook. She's been cooking for me for many years now, but she hasn't improved one bit.
That's not true. She's an amazing chef.
And she never looks after her daughter. I basically raised her myself.
What? Seriously? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She was getting out of control. But the others...
I know.
So sorry to hear that.
They all believed her. She's such a liar. She always talking behind her back. It's so annoying. I couldn't take it anymore. It was time to take action. Stop it, Grandma!
What's wrong, dear? You want to go to the bathroom or something?
Everyone looked at me. They all looked surprised, but I didn't care. Look, Grandma! Stop talking about my mom like that! And stop making things up! Why do you hate her so much? Stop it! Grandma started to panic. I guess she didn't see this coming. She wanted to come pay her respects too, but you're the one that told her to stay behind! I heard you! You told her to cook for everyone! That's why she couldn't come with us! And another thing, she's an amazing chef and you know it! Whenever she cooks for you, you always finish everything! You love her cooking! And to be honest, I think she's way better than you. You're a horrible chef, Grandma. And another thing, you didn't raise me. My mom did. You come by every now and then and give me cookies and stuff, but that's about it. I don't think that counts as raising me, so stop making things up, Grandma. Stop talking about my mom like this. I'm serious. My mom deserves better.
Kotoko! Kotoko!
I came this close to crying. Then I ran towards my dad. Grandma tried to stop me, but I just ignored her. I didn't feel like talking to her anymore. The other women started talking. Not sure if they believed what I said, but whatever. Then when we got back home, they started complimenting my mom's cooking.
Wow, this is really good. Kotomi, sorry about all this. We should have helped. Yeah, I'm sorry too. I had no idea.
They all started apologizing to her.
It's okay. Thanks, though. My mom didn't seem to mind. She was such a good person.
And Grandma, she didn't say a word during dinner. She just sat there by herself eating her food. What's the matter with her? Whatever. I wanted to enjoy my dinner, so I decided to stop thinking about her. And my dad, he looked really upset too. He was a great dad. He took great care of us at home, and he always told us how much he loved us, but whenever Grandma said mean things about my mom, he didn't say anything. But after I exposed her in front of everyone, the other relatives told him that he had to stand up for her from now on.
I'm sorry! It won't happen again!
I saw him apologizing to the others after dinner. Then after dinner, he came up to us and said,
I'm so sorry! I should have stood up for you. Kotoko opened my eyes today. I'm really sorry, guys!
He apologized to both of us.
Don't worry about it. It's not like we did anything wrong, so keep your head up.
My mom said to him with a big smile. My mom was a great person. She never talked behind people's backs, and she was always smiling and full of energy. I loved her so much, but on the other hand, Grandma was so full of hate. She was a grumpy old woman who always complained about everything. I hated her. Anyways, after that, we still went over to her house for family gatherings and stuff.
Kotoko, welcome.
She still spoiled me and stuff, but she no longer ordered my mom around like before. And whenever she tried, my dad stood up for her. And the neighbors, they stopped believing my grandma.
Your mom is such a nice person. Yeah, Kotoko, and you look just like her. You two are so pretty.
They were all nice to me now. As for my grandma, she was all quiet now. She didn't talk as much anymore. This is much better. It was kind of funny. Then, many years later, I was all grown up now. Mom was in her 40s now, but she still looked great. Love you, Mom.
Love you too, baby.
I had 2 kids of my own now, but I still remember the incident like it was yesterday. I'm really glad I stood up for her. I had a great relationship with my husband and my mother-in-law, but if something like that should ever happen to me, I'm not gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna laugh it off and focus on the important things in life, just like my mom did. Life's too short for all that, so... Anyways, sometimes getting along with in-laws isn't easy, but I learned from the best, so my mom taught me well. She was just a great person, you know? Things got a bit awkward after the incident with Grandma, but eventually my mom ended up becoming great friends with her, so you're the best mom ever. I love you.
I'm Masaki. I'm in my 40s now. When I was in my 20s, I did something really dumb, and I still regret it to this day. So when I was 20, I met this girl named Kotomi.
Oh, Masaki!
We were both in college at the time, and we met in the cafeteria one day. I was reading this comic book. It was called Aska. It wasn't very famous, though. Not many people knew about it. But then...
Hey there, you like Asuka too? So do I. It's not that famous yet, but it's one of the best comic books out there.
Kotomi started talking to me. Oh, cool. Have you read his other books? They're pretty good too.
Really? I didn't know about that.
You want me to lend you some?
Really? That would be great, thank you.
I was your typical nerd. I was horrible with girls. I didn't even have that many friends. I spent most of my time on internet forums, so I wasn't used to this. I fell in love with Kotomi right away. She's so cute! And surprisingly, we got along pretty well. Then...
Masaki, you're so nice. Will you be my boyfriend?
What? Sure, I'd love that! She asked me out! Can you believe it? She was the first girlfriend I've ever had. Life was good. Things were finally looking up for me. But then...
Masaki, I finished reading these. I loved it. Thanks.
Sure thing. If you want to borrow the other books, just ask. I started taking her for granted. I was such an idiot. And another thing. My guy friends at the time, they were all nerds just like me, and we had this pact. Only idiots spend money on women! And at the time, that's how I really felt. I'm not sure about the other guys, but I'm pretty sure they felt the same way. We were such pathetic losers. I'm never spending money on women! And I kept my word. So whenever Kotomi said something like,
Hey, you know that new cafe that just opened up? You want to go there and grab a coffee or something?
I said, sure, but only if you're buying. I was such a jerk. So embarrassed. Ugh. But this was nothing compared to the other things I did. A few months later, something happened that would eventually lead to our breakup. Kotomi's birthday was coming up. So one day, hey, I'm gonna take you to a fancy restaurant for your birthday. Wear something nice, okay? I said to her.
Really? Sounds great. I've never been to a fancy restaurant before, so I can't wait.
Look at her smile. She's so cute. I liked her a lot, but I still didn't feel like spending any money on her. I was such an idiot. Then on her birthday, she showed up wearing a really nice dress. But instead of telling her how good she looked, I just laughed in her face. What are you wearing? I was only kidding around. You thought I was serious? How dumb are you? You take things way too seriously. I mean, it's still a special day, so I wore my best outfit too, but these are the best clothes I have. Pretty neat, right? I mean, it's nothing compared to your outfit, but looks like you're going to a wedding or something. Kotomi didn't say anything. He looked really embarrassed, but I just kept going. I don't know what was wrong with me back then. It wasn't just about the pact I made with my friends. I was just a jerk, I guess. What the hell is wrong with me? Why did I do that to her? No wonder she hates me now. Then, after I got tired of making fun of her for wearing a fancy dress, I took her to a cheap diner. I was such a jerk. Here we are, the best restaurant in the city. They had a special birthday dish, so we ordered that.
I'm not hungry.
Why not? You feeling okay? I know. Let me sing you a birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kotomi. Then the food came out. But the birthday dish, it was a dish for kids. So the waiters came out and started singing happy birthday for her. It must have been really embarrassing. The waiters were laughing. You hear that? They wish you happy birthday, Kotomi.
Screw you.
She finally snapped, but the waiters were singing right behind me, so I couldn't hear her. What was that? I didn't catch that. Come on, let's eat. But hey, I forgot my wallet, so can you pay for me? She didn't say much after that. Then a few hours after I got home, she sent me a text. What? Is this serious? What did I do? Looking back at it, I'm surprised our relationship lasted this long in the first place, but back then, I honestly thought she'd forgive me. I tried talking to her, but she started ignoring me, and she started avoiding me at school. She wanted nothing to do with me anymore. I started to panic. This is bad. This is really bad. Crap, crap, crap! What? I didn't want my friends to know, so whatever. Screw her! She's just doing this to get attention. I don't have time for this. Screw her! She'll come crawling back to me. She'll be begging me to take her back in no time. You just watch! I was such an idiot. Needless to say, Kotomi did not come back to me. I still ran into her at school, but her friends didn't let me go anywhere near her. And she hung out with the popular kids, so I didn't even know how to talk to them. There was nothing I could do. Kotomi! I know I was acting like a jerk, but I love you! Please come back to me! She's the one that asked me out! She must still love me, I know it! I was such an idiot. Just give her some more time. I'm sure she'll come back to me. Just be patient. But a few months later, she started going out with a different guy.
Yuta, hold up. I made you lunch.
Wow, really? Thank you. You shouldn't have. Thanks, Kotomi. Dinner's on me tonight.
Really? Thanks.
Wow, what? Hold on! No! This can't be happening! I was pissed. The one day I waited for her outside the classroom and... Screw you, bitch! You're a slut! I'm gonna tell all my friends too! Then I ran off like a coward, got on my scooter, and went up to the mountains. Ah! Why did I say that? Kotomi!
Hi, I'm Kotomi. Yes, of course I remember what happened. Masaki, he was the worst boyfriend ever. After we broke up, he basically stalked me. Then he called me a slut. Can you believe it? And on my way home from that birthday dinner, I couldn't stop crying. Masaki is a terrible human being. I hope I never see him again.
After that, I never spoke to her again. And now, I was a 40-year-old guy with nothing to live for. And on my 40th birthday, I ran into Kotomi in the city. No way!
Mommy, wait! Come on, honey.
She was with her family. She looked really happy. They were at the pet store looking at puppies. The guy? He kind of looked like the guy she started dating after breaking up with me, but I couldn't really tell. I walked right next to her, hoping she'd notice, but she didn't even see me. Why did I do that to her? I'm such an idiot! That could have been me standing next to them. Maybe I would have had a loving family. Ugh. Who am I kidding? After that, I went into a cafe and started reading a comic book by myself. I felt pretty pathetic, but hey, who knows? Maybe Kotomi will see me and come talk to me again.
Asami, will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
I'm Fubuki. This is my girlfriend Asami. We've been dating for 2 years now. I think it's about time I ask her to marry me. So one day, I popped the question.
Thank you, baby. I love you so much.
Asami always had a thing for marriage. She always talked about it.
I want you to propose to me at a nice restaurant with an amazing view, and I want to have my wedding in June.
She was always talking about the perfect wedding. So, I tried my best to make it happen. And I think I was doing pretty well so far. She seemed really happy.
The view was amazing, and the food was delicious too. What a wonderful evening.
I also gave her a nice ring. She loved it. After dinner, I took her home and headed back to my place. She seemed really happy.
I'm the luckiest girl in the world. I can't believe I'm finally getting married. This is so exciting.
That went well. And she loved the ring too. Back at home, I was thinking about the ring I bought for her. She was always talking about what kind of ring she wanted, so I was able to pick out a really good design. I did a lot of research and the ring cost me $8,000, which was pretty expensive for me. But it's not about the money. It's the thought that counts. A few days later, Asami called me out to dinner. I was in a really good mood. She's my fiancé now.
Hey, what are you smiling about? This ring only costs $8,000. That's not even 2 months worth of pay.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. She actually looked up the price of the ring I got her?
You need to spend at least 3 months worth of pay on an engagement ring.
What? I've heard that before, but that was like 30 years ago when the economy was in a bubble.
Stop making excuses. You make $5,000 a month, right? Then the ring should cost at least $15,000.
Wait, how does she know how much I make?
This is unacceptable. I thought you loved me. I know $8,000 is still a lot of money, but this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I can't believe you do this to me.
What? Seriously? You know how long it took me to find this ring? Ugh! People were starting to stare. I wanted her to stop, but she kept yelling at me non-stop. Fine, you know what? Let's call it off. I didn't know you were like this, Asami. I'm truly disappointed in you. I decided to break it off with her.
Screw you! I wasted 2 years of my life on you. Go to hell!
Then she stormed out of there. But the thing is, I still had to see her every now and then. Why? Well, because I met her through my boss, and her father was one of our clients. And she worked for her dad, so sometimes I had to see her for work. We do a lot of business with her dad's company, so there isn't much I can do. This is so awkward. Then one day, my boss came to me and said, "Fubuki, what's the matter? You okay? You look upset." Oh, well, the thing is, my boss sounded really worried about me, so I told him everything that happened. It actually felt nice to talk to someone about it. Wow, seriously? I had no idea she was like that. When I broke up with her the other day,
Don't tell anyone about this.
and I wasn't planning on telling anyone, but oops. Oh well. But then, word of mouth spread like wildfire.
Did you hear about Asami and Fubuki? They broke up.
What? I thought they were getting married.
Yeah, but apparently she dumped him because the ring wasn't expensive enough.
He seems like a really nice guy. That's terrible. They're talking about me again. Then one day, I ran into Asami during work.
Hey, I told you to keep quiet about this. What the hell is wrong with you, huh?
She started yelling at me. I didn't even know what to say to her, so I just kept my mouth shut.
My dad is furious with me. This is all your fault. What are you gonna do about it, huh?
It was lunchtime and most of my colleagues were in the next room. And the walls were paper thin, so they could hear everything.
Asami's a terrible person. Yeah, but if he's single now, maybe I have a chance with him. Yeah, maybe. You should go for it.
Apologize to me, Fubuki. If you apologize and get me a $15,000 ring, I'll take you back.
I don't think so. I never want to see you again. I decided to move away. I just wanted to get away from it all. That thing cost me $8,000 and she's complaining about it. And now she's asking me to buy her another ring? Unbelievable. But then, a few weeks later, I heard Asami got transferred to a different department, which meant I no longer had to see her at work. This was a big plus for me. But then... Fubuki, Asami was just here. No worries, though. I made her leave. What? She kept coming to see me, even after she got transferred. Luckily for me, my bosses got rid of her for me every time she tried, but still, it was kind of annoying. A few months later, she finally stopped showing up at my office. I later found out that Asami quit her job. Apparently, her father convinced her to leave the company. Look, I know what you've been up to. They're gonna stop doing business with us if you keep this up. I can't have you around here anymore. She was starting to hurt her father's company's reputation. He had no choice but to let her go.
What? What? How am I supposed to make a living then?
I'll help you find a new job. I just can't have you working around here anymore. You did this to yourself. Don't do anything like this at your next job. But then, she didn't even try to get a new job. She just stayed home doing nothing, leeching off of her parents. When are you gonna get a job? You can't keep doing this! Why did you dump Fubuki in the first place?
How stupid are you? Get a job already. You're almost 30 years old. I'm so ashamed of you. You're wasting your life.
Then finally, she got kicked out of her house. Her parents cut all ties with her. Sucks for her, but oh well. Why is she sharing this on social media? She's probably trying to score sympathy points. Whatever. But then, she started bragging about all these new things she was buying.
I finally got a Roomba and a Pepper robot, and I even got an Alexa. Hey, Alexa, turn off the lights for me.
But she doesn't even have any savings. How can she afford all this? Maybe she got a new job. She never paid for anything, not even once. And she never saved money. So I had no idea how she could afford all this. Hey, I went to that hostess club the other day and guess who I saw? Asami. What? For real? That means I can't go there anymore. I guess. She's a horrible person, but she's got the look, so... I see. So I guess she got a new job. But she said she was spending most of her money on a host club, so... I'm kind of worried. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh well, not my problem. She kept bragging about her money on social media after that. Well, at least she's got a new job now. What the... Oh, I think she started working at a brothel. That didn't take long. Oh well. That's what happens when you spend money like an idiot. But then, a few months later, she lost her job and ended up on the streets. The pandemic hit and she lost all her customers. Sorry, we're going out of business.
Oh, please, I can't lose this job. I'll do anything. Please don't fire me.
But the customers are all gone. There's nothing we can do.
But this isn't fair. You can't do this to me.
She didn't last very long on the streets. So she went back to her parents' house and begged them to take her back.
I'm truly sorry. I'll clean up my act, I promise. I'll do anything.
Her parents finally cracked and took her back in. But now she was working as their housekeeper. Oh well, I guess it's better than being homeless. But whenever her parents had guests over,
Get out of here. I don't want people to know you're living here.
they made her leave the house. But she never had any money to go anywhere, so she usually waited on the balcony until the guests left. It sounded pretty miserable. Just get a normal job already. Whatever. A few months later, I met someone. We were really happy together. We were getting married soon. And guess what? She asked me to marry her. I was scared to propose to her because of what happened with Asami, so I was really happy when she asked me to marry her. I didn't get her an engagement ring, but I got us a Harry Winston for our wedding ring, so I hope she likes it.
I'm Aska. This is my husband, Ryota. We met back in college. We're both in the tennis team. Ryota, hey!
Aska, hi!
I was a freshman at the time. He was a junior. Then, a few months later,
Aska, will you go out with me?
he asked me out, so I said yes. Ryota used to date this girl named Ayako before me. They started dating when I was still in high school. Ayako and Ryota were the same age, but she went to a 2-year college, so when I started college, she was already working. He told me about her a few times, but I never met her once. He said they went out for about 6 months when he was a sophomore.
She just dumped me out of nowhere.
He wasn't sure why, but she said it was over. Anyways, we dated for about 7 years. Then when I was 25, we got married. I can't believe I'm getting married!
Congratulations, Aska! I can't wait to get married!
I've always dreamed of this day. I was so excited. But then, at her wedding, something unexpected happened. The hairstylist. She seemed really nervous for some reason. Not sure why, but she was constantly stuttering and stuff. Okay, so you want this color, right? Why is she so nervous? I didn't really mind though. Maybe she's new at this. I didn't really think much of it. Then, the big day was finally here. I'm so nervous.
No worries, you look great.
You've got this! Aska, take a deep breath. You'll be fine.
Got it. My dad and I got ready behind the door to walk down the aisle. But then, just as the doors were about to open, the hairstylist came up to me and, "Hold on your eyelashes. Let me fix that for you." She fixed up my makeup. She was using this concealer from abroad. A concealer's like a skin-colored pen. You use it to hide age spots and stuff. And right before the door opened, she brushed the concealer on both of my cheeks. Thanks. I thanked her and headed out the door. The time has come. My dad seemed really nervous too, but it was really exciting. Everyone was clapping as we walked down the aisle. This is the best day of my life. But then, when I looked over at Ryota,
What the?
he seemed upset for some reason. And so did the priest. And some of the guests were starting to act weird too. My dad and I had no idea why, so we just kept walking. Then I let go of my dad's arm and went next to Ryota. Then my brother Yamato, who was sitting in the front seat, he came running towards me then.
Aska!
What the? What are you doing? He was crying. Then he started rubbing my face with a handkerchief. Stop! You're gonna mess up my makeup! But nobody stopped him. Yamato, stop! What are you doing? I started to panic. And the priest said,
Okay then. You ready?
He asked me. Ready! So the wedding continued, but everyone was acting really weird. Then after the ceremony was over, Ryota came up to me and said,
Aska, what on earth happened? Your face!
Huh? I ran to the nearest window and looked at my face. Ah! I had these thick black lines across my face. What the hell? I don't remember doing this. I can't believe I went out there like this.
Where's the hairstylist?
But she was nowhere to be found. We tried calling her, but then
The number you have dialed is no longer in use.
the number was no longer in service. What the hell? I had no idea what was going on, but my mom helped me and fixed my makeup. We still had the reception, so I decided to forget about it for now. You look good, honey. But then at the reception, something felt off. What the? The MC. The wedding advisor told me she had more than 10 years of experience. She even showed me a DVD of her hosting a different wedding, and I didn't really see a problem with her. And she offered to do it for a lower price, so I asked her to be the MC. But she was horrible. She was all over the place. I don't think she had 10 years of experience.
Next up,
She was sweating like crazy. The room was pretty chilly, but her hair was soaking wet by the time she was finished. But other than that, the reception went on as planned. Thanks for everything.
Of course. Congratulations.
After the reception was over, the MC ran out of there. Not sure why, but oh well. And I still didn't know why or how my face ended up like that. I wanted answers, but the hairstylist wasn't picking up her phone, so there wasn't much I could do. I was pretty sure the hairstylist was behind it, but after a while, I kind of forgot about it. It was time to move on. Whatever, what's done is done, so... But then, many years later, Ryota told me something.
Hey, the thing is...
It was about his ex, Ayako. She was obsessed with him and she didn't take the breakup very well. What?
I never told you because I didn't want to worry you, but...
And that's not all. She worked as a wedding advisor, and her advisor was friends with her. Ayako paid the hairstylist and the MC $1,000 each to ruin my wedding. I had no idea. The hairstylist got the job done, but the MC, she was paid to read this fake telegram, but she couldn't take it anymore and didn't go through with it. So that's why she was sweating like crazy.
Yep. After the wedding, I did some research of my own, and... yeah, she was the one behind this.
He even got the fake telegram Ayako prepared for the MC. I heard you quit working at the brothel. Good for you. And I heard all your STDs are gone now. Congrats. I'm so sorry to hear about your abortion. She came up with all kinds of lies to ruin my wedding. Wow, just wow. I didn't even know what to say. When Ryota found out his ex was behind all this, he got furious. He filed a lawsuit against Ayako, the wedding advisor, the hairstylist, and the MC. They all ended up paying him tens of thousands of dollars in damages. The MC admitted everything right from the start, but the others, I didn't know anything about this! They tried to play dumb at first, but we had all the evidence we needed. We were willing to settle, but they didn't agree to our terms, so we ended up going to trial. We also sent documents to their workplace.
Take a look here!
So everyone at their workplace found about what they did. Ayako and the hairstylist moved out of town, hoping to find a new job, but Ryota didn't stop there. He contacted every wedding hall he could find in the phone book and sent them documents from the trial. They were done for.
You can try to run, but you can never hide! I'll always track you down!
Ryota was relentless. Anyways, thanks to Ryota, we now had tens of thousands of dollars in our savings account. We had more than enough to throw another wedding or two. But instead, we rented out a studio and hired a photographer to take some wedding photos. This time without the marker in my face. The photos came out great. We sent them to our families and friends and asked them to get rid of the old ones. I was kind of embarrassed about it, so...
Alright!
I was grateful for Ryota. He's the one that made all this possible, so... Anyways, it was a pretty intense wedding, but glad everything worked out.
Alright, all done. I'm Yamato. I really like to cook. I started cooking when I was a little kid. I was always following my mom around, asking her to teach me her recipes. Today I cooked for my family every now and then. It was like a hobby of mine.
Yamato, I want to eat omelets today.
What? Oh, make it yourself. I'm tired.
Oh, come on, Yamato. You make the best omelets ever, please?
Fine, fine.
Yay!
My sister was always asking me to make her stuff too. I could make all kinds of different dishes, but there was one dish I didn't like to make. It was a dish that everyone loved. Potato salad. It was a very simple recipe, but there were millions of different ways to make it. I loved potato salad too, but back when I was in elementary school, I was in the 5th grade, I think.
Okay, class, let's get started.
We were in home ec and the teacher said we were making potato salad that day.
All right, I love potato salad.
I was super excited to get started. But then, something unexpected happened. The teacher gave us potatoes, ham, and parsley. We were in the 5th grade, and a lot of kids in my class knew how to cook already.
Potato salad is easy. Can't wait to get started.
I already knew how to make it, so I didn't really listen to the teacher's instructions. Instead, I just sat there and talked to my friend while the teacher explained things to the class. Then, our group started cooking.
Can I throw in some parsley in there? Sure.
So I chopped up the parsley and threw it in the bowl.
All done. Looks really good. Yay!
After we were done, we showed it to the teacher, but then...
What is this? You put parsley in there?
Huh? Yeah, what's the problem?
Are you serious right now, parsley? What's wrong with you?
The teacher yelled at us for some reason.
You can't put parsley in potato salad. You can't eat this. What are you gonna do about this?
We didn't know what to say to her. We just stood there in silence, looking confused.
You didn't follow my instructions. Were you guys even listening? I asked you a question. Answer me.
sorry.
The teacher was in her 50s. She was furious with us. It was really scary. She's yelled at me before, but never like this. To this day, I still don't know why she got so mad. Maybe she hates parsley for some reason? But why? I was just a kid back then, so there wasn't much I could do but to apologize. Whatever. I guess I'll never know. I just kept apologizing to her.
You're unbelievable, and you chopped it up into little pieces. Ugh, I never told you to do that.
Then she said to us,
I'm through with you guys. I don't have time for this. You guys better eat that. I'm not gonna let you waste food.
Then she walked away and went to another table.
What's wrong with this? It tastes fine.
Yeah, I thought parsley was edible. It is. I've had potato salad like this before.
Yeah, same here. My mom always puts parsley in potato salad.
Same.
So we started eating the potato salad. It tasted just fine. But then I started thinking,
Maybe the parsley was fake. Maybe that's why she got so mad. Ugh, I should have listened to her when she was giving out instructions.
but it tasted like normal parsley. Nothing out of the ordinary.
It's parsley, all right.
This is good.
Yeah, I like it.
The potato salad was pretty good. Nobody seemed to mind. But then, the teacher came back to our table and looked at us in disgust.
What's the matter with you guys? There must be something wrong with your taste buds. There's something terribly wrong with you guys, I'm telling you.
She was still angry with us.
Why is she so mad? I don't understand.
I was really confused, but I didn't know what to say to her, so I just kept quiet. Then she went to the table next to us, grabbed their potato salad, and said to everyone in class,
Well done, guys. Look here, everyone. This is how you make potato salad.
they put the parsley next to the potato salad.
So that's what she had in mind.
I guess, but why does she have to rub it in our faces like this?
She upset everyone in our group.
I guess we messed up. It tastes good, but... Too bad. I thought we did well.
Me too. My mom makes it like this all the time.
Some of them almost started crying. It was hard to watch.
Come on, guys, don't be so sad. It was really good. We did well.
Then, when we started cleaning up after ourselves,
I wonder what they're gonna do with the parsley.
so I looked over at the other groups. Everyone was throwing them out. They didn't even take a bite. But the teacher didn't seem to care.
What a waste.
Maybe she didn't know that parsley is edible, so she brought it to just make the dish look nice. But if you're going to throw something out, why buy it in the first place? It was such a waste of food. This didn't sit well with me.
Okay, class, get back into your seats.
This is stupid.
I should have listened to her when she was giving out instructions. That was my fault. But still, why was she so mad?
You can't eat parsley. What's wrong with you?
I was really confused. I spent hours trying to figure it out, but none of it made sense to me.
I don't get it.
I guess she didn't consider parsley to be real food. It's not something you eat by itself, but it was still food. It felt wrong to throw it out like that. And everyone in my group thought the same thing. That's why we chopped it up and threw it in the bowl, but I guess we shouldn't have done that. A few days later,
Hey, Parsley is edible, right?
Yeah, I always eat it at home. My mom always uses parsley.
Same here.
I asked my friends what they thought about all this. They all agreed with me, so that was a relief. That day when I got home, I asked my mom the same question.
Of course, parsley is edible. I put in potato salad all the time.
My mom agreed with me too. I knew she'd say that, but it was still nice to know that she was on my side.
Phew.
But ever since then,
I guess people have different opinions about how to eat parsley.
I was kind of traumatized by the whole thing. After that, whenever I saw parsley on a dish, I remembered the incident back in elementary school. It made me feel uncomfortable.
Parsley,
When I was in high school, I asked my home ec teacher what she thought about parsley.
I don't put it in my potato salad, but I put in other things all the time. It's really good. It adds a nice twist to the flavor. I guess you should have been listening to your teacher when she was giving out instructions, but you put it in there because you didn't want to waste food, right? That's a good thing if you ask me. And I've had potato salad with parsley in them. It was really tasty.
When she told me that, it was such a weight off my shoulders. Thank you! I no longer have to worry about parsley! It's all thanks to you! Thank you so much, teacher! I owe you big time.
Okay.
She seemed a bit confused, but I was really grateful for her. All this talk about potato salad. It's making me kinda hungry. I could go for some potato salad right about now. I think I'm gonna make some potato salad for dinner tonight, with extra parsley.
Oh, you're gonna make us dinner too?
No, it's just potato salad.
All right, I love your potato salad. Use lots of parsley, okay?
Sure. So, anyways, that's my story about parsley. I still don't know why my teacher got so upset, but oh well. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, so it's all good, I guess.
I'm Kotomi. After dating him for 3 years, my boyfriend Makoto asked me to marry him.
Will you marry me?
I loved him very much, so I said yes. Let's not throw a wedding. It costs way too much money. I'd rather spend that on our honeymoon.
Yeah, I agree.
We didn't really care about throwing a wedding, and we were both really busy with work, so... No wedding meant we could spend more money on our honeymoon, so that was kind of nice. Then, your house is big enough for the two of us, right? Makoto's place is pretty big, so instead of getting a new place, I just moved in with him.
Oh, Makoto, she's beautiful. You're lucky to have her. It's so nice to meet you, dear.
Same here. My mother-in-law was really nice. I had everything I wanted. But then one day, everything changed.
Kotomi, help me out with housework. What's wrong with you?
Huh? My mother-in-law, she started being really mean to me. I thought she was nice, but apparently that was just an act.
I'm throwing these out.
She started coming over to her house using the spare key she got from my husband. Then she started throwing out my stuff without even asking me. She was out of control.
What is all this crap? You don't need all these luxury items. I'm throwing these out.
But why? Those aren't even that expensive, and if you throw them out, I'm gonna have to get a new one. She was invading my privacy, but she didn't even care. Then she started going through my stuff. I didn't know what to do about her. This is getting out of control. And sometimes she did the laundry for us. But the thing is, she only washed Makoto's clothes. Sometimes she washed my stuff too, but she usually left it in the machine after it was done. And sometimes she even threw out my underwear.
You shouldn't be wearing underwear like that. Act your age.
I didn't even know what to say to her at this point. I had no idea she was like this. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I was devastated. Oh, and that wasn't all. Ugh, what is this? Sometimes she cooked for us. That was nice and all, but she was a terrible cook. Everything she made tasted horrible. You grew up eating this? My husband was used to it, but I couldn't eat any of it.
Actually, not really. We usually ate out, and when we ate at home, she usually got stuff from the deli, so she was working full-time when I was a kid, so I guess she didn't have time to cook. And I moved out soon after Dad left, so I never really noticed.
I see. So that's why. His parents got a divorce a few years ago. I guess she never really cooked for him. Makes sense. But then, why start now? I wish she would just get stuff from the deli. Maybe she was just trying to help, but she wasn't helping at all. I appreciate the thought, but it just tastes so bad. And she's wasting a lot of food. I knew I had to do something about her. So I said to Makoto, Makoto, I need you to talk to her. She's wasting food. She's out of control.
But she's only trying to help.
Well, she isn't. And you know she's a horrible cook. You haven't touched her food.
Oh,
And she's always using her stuff from her fridge. If she wants to cook, tell her to buy her own ingredients. And another thing, she's always coming in here without our permission. She even comes to my room. Why does she have the spare key anyways? I asked him, but he just said,
I don't know. When I was living on my own, she always came by and cleaned the house and stuff, so it's always been like this. I don't know what else to tell you.
My husband wasn't helping at all. But she comes here every single day. I can't take this anymore. You have to do something. She can't just come in here like that. This is our house. Do something.
Okay, relax.
Don't tell me to relax. I wanted Makoto to step in, but he didn't do anything. I don't know what to do anymore. Then a few weeks later, I went to the city office to get a certificate of residence, but then I discovered the shocking truth. What? It says here I'm still single. Legally, Makoto and I weren't married. I couldn't believe it. What the hell is going on? This makes no sense. I definitely signed the marriage application form, that's for sure. Okay then, but I asked Makoto to hand them in. That means the marriage application form. Did you hand them in or not? I headed straight home and asked Makoto what the hell was going on.
Well, the thing is...
What is it? Spill it, now. According to Makoto, when he told his mom about the marriage,
She's not pregnant yet, right? What if she can't have kids or something? I'm gonna hold on to these until she gets pregnant.
then she took it away from him. What? Are you for real right now? I couldn't believe it. And how is Makoto okay with this? He never told me about this. This can't be. I didn't even know what to think anymore. But then it hit me. Hold on, this is a good thing. Yeah, I think everything's gonna be all right. I think I dodged a bullet here. So I headed straight back to the city office. I had to act fast. I gotta head out again. I might be late tonight. Bye.
Oh, okay.
Here you go. I handed in the request for non-acceptance of notification of marriage. All right, I'm all set. The next day, I took paid leave and packed all my stuff in the morning. Makoto's mom always came by around lunch, so I had to hurry. Please get these boxes out of here ASAP.
Okay.
I gotta hurry before she gets here. Then, a few hours later, I was free at last. This feels nice. I no longer have to deal with them. It is such a relief. She was such a terrible chef. And what kind of person throws out other people's stuff without even asking them? Whatever, I don't have to worry about them anymore. Woohoo! And Makoto, he was nice and all, but he's such a mama's boy. I need a man in my life. I'm just so glad it's over. Yay! Needless to say, Makoto's mom flipped out.
What the hell is going on?
When she found out I was gone, she came over to my parents' house and started yelling like a crazy person. And Makoto,
Kotomi, please come back.
he begged me to take him back. It was pathetic. Technically, I was never married to him, thanks to his mom, but she said to me,
You can't just leave like this. We're family.
Was she serious? I honestly didn't know what to say to her. Then, before I could say anything, my mom stepped in and said,
You're joking me, right? You're the one that caused all of this. You realize that, don't you? What is wrong with you, seriously? Get the hell out of here. People like you make me sick. Who do you think you are, anyways? What gives you the right to interfere with their lives like that? You did the right thing leaving them, Kotomi.
yeah,
But what, huh?
that shut her up, thank goodness. I think our neighbors heard that. That's kind of embarrassing. But they didn't seem to mind. I think they were kind of enjoying this.
Kotomi, you're back.
We heard about what happened.
Yeah, you made the right call, dear. They all love to gossip and stuff. You know how it is with old women.
Kotomi, please come back. It won't happen again. I promise.
Makoto kept following me around for a few weeks. It was getting out of control, so I told him I was going to go to the cops if he didn't stop. He finally gave up after that. Thank goodness. Phew. A few months later, one of my friends told me she was getting married, so I told her, you should hand in the marriage application yourself, just in case. I know this kind of thing didn't happen every day, but you never know, so I'm just so glad they're out of my life. If we were legally married, things would have been much more complicated, so good thing she held onto that marriage application. Anyways, glad everything worked out.
My name is Kotomi. I'm a 25-year-old office employee. I was invited out by my boyfriend Yuta, who's 2 years older than me, to go to a weekend getaway. I was ecstatic. I want to go. I'm so excited.
I know a nice place.
He recommended a hotel, so we knew where we were going immediately. He made the reservation, so I was going to be on driving duty. This is the right way?
It's the right way. It's inside the mountain, and it's super beautiful. And I've been here before. Don't worry.
The area that we were headed didn't have many things around it, so I was starting to get a little worried. Once we got there, just like Yuta had said, there was a hotel with a beautiful view. Wow, it's so full of nature. I can feel myself being purified. This is so great. The outdoor hot springs that were facing the mountains and nature were also great. It's so delicious. The food was great, and honestly, I really couldn't believe that I was able to have this kind of wonderful experience at all. I had nothing but respect and admiration for my lovely boyfriend. Thank you so much for bringing me out here. We spent a wonderful night drinking at the beautiful hotel, and we passed out immediately. The next day, we were eating breakfast when suddenly, morning buffets are the best! This egg is seriously amazing.
How much would you pay to stay here for a night?
So I said, I've never stayed at a hotel this nice with any of my friends, so I don't really know the market price, but there's an outdoor bath and it's got delicious food. I was thinking about all the other hotels that I was staying at when, I think even on the cheaper end, it's at least $200 for each person, I told him. For some reason, he was smirking the whole time. By the way, I was driving and paying for the highway fees and gas while he covered the hotel costs, so I felt it would be rude to ask him the real price. We were getting close to checkout, so I was putting things away when I noticed that my boyfriend pulled something out and was writing something onto a piece of paper. "What are you doing?" I asked curiously.
This hotel lets the customers decide how much they think they deserve for the stay.
My boyfriend's paper had a price written on it, and the reason that we thought they deserved that much money... Wait, hang on! He had written $10. The reason? Because this was appropriate for this hotel. That's too rude!
Why? This is what I felt, so why does it matter?
Why? The hot springs were great and the view was amazing. You even said the quality was just great too.
But I just felt like it was only great if I paid $10.
What? We had a wonderful full-course meal and you ate it all up like there was no tomorrow. I was so shocked and I started feeling a little angry towards him, so I started chewing him out. You need to rewrite that. I feel horrible submitting that.
But they're the ones that advertise we should pay what we think they deserve.
He looked at me like he was puzzled and confused why I would be so upset. And I'm saying that's way too cheap.
No. If they're going to struggle with someone paying that little, Then they wouldn't offer that kind of plan in the first place.
He said, like he was completely correct. I could feel myself immediately falling out of love with him. He went to the front desk to check out.
Here's the money.
He gave a single $10 bill with the paper. Afterwards, this is just my portion of the stay. I was going to give the $200, but then
It's really okay.
she wouldn't accept my money. But it was such a wonderful hotel. I was pushing the money onto them, trying to make them take it, but
It's really okay. If you liked it, please come by again.
she smiled at me and didn't take the money. The whole way home, we were both silent. He must have been upset by what I had done. I'm seriously over this shit. Then we broke up as he was leaving. He said something before he left that still pisses me off.
I'm sure you're just going to live through life losing money and missing out on the nice things. You should learn to live smarter.
I'm so glad that I could see who you really were sooner rather than later. I'm so glad I figured out the kind of guy he was before sleeping with him. I'm so glad we just knocked out last night. I told a few of my friends about this, but
If he's paying, you probably went too far.
I think the hotel will be taking customers like that into consideration, though.
You just want to look good in front of the hotel, right?
Some people were against me. However, I didn't care if they had anticipated it or not. I just didn't want them to think that I was like them. I just didn't want them to think that I was like him. I really do think that the hotel has great value, and most of my friends...
That's horrible. I'm so glad you broke up with him because you'd be doing the same crap forever.
They agreed with me.
I mean, I kind of think that you should take advantage of it, no?
Some people were actually on his side. You were the one that covered the driving, highway, and gas costs, right? And he only paid $10? That's a little unfair.
Right? You ended up paying more than he did.
That's true. Afterwards, I took my friends to the hotel that agreed with my decision to break up with him over this. It's right over here.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I can feel myself healing.
We were all having a great time in the outdoor baths with all four of us and enjoying the food.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever pay $10 for this. Your boyfriend has some nerve.
Yeah, just this meal alone is probably at least worth $40.
Yeah, and the rooms are amazing too. The outdoor baths are something else.
Right? We all had a great time enjoying our meals in the room.
We should go take a bath again.
My friends invited me out, so we were all headed to the hot springs when... What? Yuta? I saw my ex Yuta with his presumed new girlfriend.
You were here too, huh? It's a great hotel, isn't it? It really makes you want to almost live here.
Then maybe you should pay them for their services. I was upset thinking about the fact that he was going to pay $10 for all these great services again. I ignored him and went to the baths with the girls, but I was way too upset about everything. The next day, I talked to my friends.
I've never stayed at a hotel that costed over $100 a night, but this place was incredible, so I think I'll pay $150.
Right, I agree.
It's a fair price. There were 3 hot springs and it was great.
The breakfast buffet was amazing too.
So we all agreed that we would each be paying about $150. We headed to the front and noticed him fighting and arguing with his ex-girlfriend. Apparently the woman slapped him across the face, and looking closer, he was on the ground with his face red. Huh? Why was he getting slapped? As I headed closer to the front, I noticed that the woman kept saying,
I'm so embarrassed. You're the worst. I don't want to go out with a terrible man like you. You're disgusting.
Huh? Wait, hang on. The hotel has that kind of plan, so why does it matter?
You're seriously embarrassing me. No, please don't let me together with this man. I really do have common courtesy.
The female just continued to say that it was impossible for her to continue dating him, and everyone was just watching and smirking at him on the ground. He was in a little ball.
Ma'am, I can check you out over here.
I was called over to a different window to check out, so
Thank you for the food. It was wonderful.
I love the hot springs as well. We love the service you provided. We'll be back for sure.
Thank you so much. We had so much fun. We each paid out $150 to the front desk and headed out.
You're so embarrassing, you disgusting, stingy man.
I heard the woman yelling, so I glanced over at Yuta to see him turning blue and looking over at me, so I felt a little better about myself.
Thank you for watching all the way till the end. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. See you next time!